Chapter number 12. Government and Democracy. A government is a group of people who manage the country. It is a body of people who frame policies and exercise control through various organizations and laws. It is the key to the growth and development of a nation. The government takes important decisions and performs different functions. Functions of our government. Our government is our leader, the chosen one, that makes policies for the welfare of the whole society. The government also makes certain rules to manage the country. It looks after our health, education, basic needs like water, electricity, and law and order. The government plays a very important role in our lives. The functions of the government are as follows. It undertakes social welfare programs to remove poverty, unemployment, discrimination, and illiteracy. It maintains law and order with the help of the police. It maintains peaceful relations with neighboring countries. It protects our international borders with the help of armed forces. It organizes relief work and gives help by providing food, shelter, and health services during natural calamity. It builds and maintains roads, sewage disposal system, hospitals, schools, museums, public toilet and parks and other public amenities. It arranges for electricity, cooking gas, drinking water, as well as water for irrigation. It provides services such as postal, transport, as well as means of communication. It builds and runs hospitals, schools, and other offices and agencies free of cost or by charging a nominal amount. Levels of government. India is a big country. In order to function effectively all over the country, the government operates at 3 different levels: national, state, and local. At the national level, central government manages the affairs of the country. The state governments look after the welfare of the particular states. Villages, towns, and cities are looked after by the local self-governments to solve various issues at the grassroots level. Government and law. One of the important functions of the government is to make laws. The people have to abide by those rules and regulations. The functions of the government are carried out by its 3 organs: the legislature, which is the law-making organ; the executive, which implements these laws; and the judiciary, which sees to it that these laws are carried out and resolves disputes. In our country, laws for the whole nation are made by the Parliament, which is a legislative body that passes, amends, and repeals laws at the central level. State legislative bodies make laws for particular states. For example, you must have heard elders in the family discussing that it is now mandatory to have a pollution certificate for vehicles in Delhi. Those caught without a valid pollution under control certificate will have to pay a fine of ₹1,000. The executive or administrative branch implements the laws. The judiciary resolves disputes and ensures that the laws are followed. Types of government. Monarchy is the oldest and was, in the past, the most common form of government. A monarch is a king or a queen who is all-powerful. This form of government is hereditary, which means that the son or daughter inherits the throne of the king or the queen after her or his retirement or death. The monarchs have ministers who advise them on all issues, but the advice of the ministers may or may not be followed. This shows that the will of the king or the queen is all-powerful. Before independence, there were many such states in India. In a dictatorship, all decision-making powers lie in the hands of one individual or a small group of powerful people. A dictator is not responsible to the people. The people have no right to protest, nor they are allowed to take part in the decision-making process. A particular ideology is promoted and all the others are suppressed. History shows that many countries had dictators, or the rule of one individual and their small group of supporters. The most famous example of a dictator is Adolf Hitler. A unitary form of government is one where there is only one government for the whole country. Great Britain and China are examples of such forms of government. In a federal form, power is distributed between the center and the state governments, for example, in India and the USA. Democracy. Democracy is the most popular form of government today. It is the most popular as the supreme power lies with the common people who cast votes to elect representatives of their choice through elections. The person who gets the maximum number of votes is the winner. Like this, many leaders are chosen through elections. Then they become the decision makers who run the country. Abraham Lincoln defined democracy as the government of the people, by the people, for the people. In other words, it is our government. As it comprises people of our choice, the government has come to power because we voted for the leaders and now they will work for the common people. A democratic government makes the common man all-powerful because if the representatives don't work, then they choose someone else in the next election.